So first things first is you have this tool right here.
Yep.
And that's going to work your front end, or excuse me.
Don't we have it?
All right, they're just going to be on the rear. So you have rear end stabilizing jacks. Just making sure they weren't hiding from it.
So how do you stabilize it in the front?
It will stabilize off the front with just the tongue jack.
Just the tongue?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty short, so you shouldn't really have too much to worry about in the front. But with those back ones down a lot, you should. So it's not gonna want to roll around. But that's all they are.
Okay.
Basically, with this, get them to the ground. 1 or 2 more cranks after they touch the ground, just because they're not meant to hold the weight of the unit. They're just meant to stop it from going this way around.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
Okay. Right here, it's hardwired for our solar panel. So if you choose to get one, just plug it straight in here, and that'll charge your front end battery already from that. So
Okay. All right.
All right, we'll come to the front. Got your propane tank right here. It is full.
Okay.
20-pound propane tank. Behind it's going to be your battery. And we do recommend that you disconnect the battery when you're storing it, just because there are things that run inside that you can't turn off. And after about a week or so, it will drain the battery down.
Okay.
That's if there's nothing charging.
Okay.
All right.
And track. Okay. Yep.
So you good with everything up here?
Yep. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, we used to have a camper too, so it was a pop-up. So we had that. Yeah.
Sticker right here, this yellow text on it, is going to be the tire size and your tire pressure. We do recommend you use the tire pressure on this and not what's on the tires, just because that's what the manufacturer deemed appropriate for towing. Right? Right here, you're going to have your freshwater connection, or freshwater fill. This is where you're going to fill your onboard water. And then you just put a hose in there, and when you're done, cap it off. And then this little screen next to the fill is going to be where air comes out as it's filling, and also water will start to come out of it once it is plugging in.
Okay.
Right below it's going to be a city water connection. That's where you're going to hook a hose up from this to a spigot at your campsite, and that'll provide the water and the water pressure for your unit that way. We do recommend you get a water regulator, just because you don't know what kind of pressure is going to be coming out of that spigot. If, let's say, this is only rated for 40 pounds of pressure, and you're getting 80 out of that spigot, you're going to run the risk of over-pressurizing your pipes.
Okay.
And then there's going to be a little white twist valve right here. That's how you're going to drain your freshwater tank.
Okay.
Okay.
The drain. Okay.
Yep. We do recommend you drain it if you're not using it, just because it's a lot of weight to carry around.
Right.
It's like 8 pounds a gallon, and so that's pretty heavy. Obviously, you got your air conditioner right there. This is going to be the back side of your refrigerator.
Okay. Yep.
All right. All the controls for that are going to be the inside.
Okay.
This is going to be your furnace vent. Yep. This does get hot, so I don't want to grab onto that if it's been running for a while. We do recommend you get a cover for that. It's basically just a little circle metal mesh cover, and that just prevents bugs and other little animals from crawling inside there.
I think we actually have one. We bought. Yep.
Gotcha. Good. Got your outside cable connection. This will provide cable to the whole any of the cable outlets on the inside.
Okay.
This is your power cable. It just pushes back in once you unplug it. You just feed it back inside.
Okay.
Close it. It's a 30 amp connection.
Nice. 30 amp. Okay.
And so we do recommend you get a 30 to 50 adapter, just because a lot of campsites may only have a 50 amp connection. If you have that adapter, basically you can plug in anywhere you want.
Right. Okay. I think we have that too.
And then down here, you're going to have your septic and your sewage. So you have your black handle and your gray handle. You're going to for your black and your gray tanks. Black tank is anything that goes in the toilet. Gray tank is anything that goes in a sink or a shower.
Okay.
Okay. We do recommend you do the black tank, then the gray tank.
And it cleans it up.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to hurt anything you do opposite direction. It's simply just to let the soapy water run through that pipe and rinse it out for you, so you don't have to do it yourself. Okay, and then you do have your other back end stabilizing jack right here. Okay. And then if you see those 2 white caps right there by the underneath the refrigerator, on the bottom side, those are going to be your hot and your cold lines, the white and the red. And so when you do go to winterize, those are going to basically take those caps off. That's going to let all the water drain out of the pipes inside.
Okay, gotcha.
And then the freshwater tank is up there, and then the hot water heater will be inside. Okay. This little vent right here is going to be for your kitchen cooktop vent. So when you're running your stovetop, and you want the vent to smoke outside, you just have to come out here and make sure this is topped open. And then once you are done, there's just little plastic tabs. Push it, pop back in.
Okay.
Make sure they're snug. And then that's where you want it to be when you're traveling or if you're storing it.
Okay.
Just so again, keep things from trying to live inside the wall.
Right.
You have your rear backup camera there. Spare tires right here.
Okay.
And then each side of the bumper has these little rubber bumper caps. These do come off.
And you put your hose there.
Yep.
Okay.
Exactly. And it's also got holes on either side to let air flow through to dry it out as well.
Perfect.
You have your awning here. It's not fully extended right now just because the other unit was pretty close. But you do have your LED strip outside. There is a remote to change the colors. You can make it flash and do all sorts of cool stuff, but that's going to be inside. And the only thing with that is the remote doesn't have a very good, like the signal. You can't do it from very far away.
Yeah.
So, but that's where basically you can come out here and just kind of point it at that.
Okay.
And that's how you're going to change the color and everything.
Okay.
110 outlet right here. And this is going to be your water heater.
Okay.
So to light your water heater, right now it's on off. All you do is twist this. There you go. Twist it to pilot. And then you're going to need to take a lighter. That one. And then you push down this button. And it should send gas to this. Come on. Ooh. There for a second. And it's not going to want to do it now. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Make sure it's all the way there. Why don't you want to light for me? Really? Huh. Pilot, yeah. It may just be that when they hooked it up, they didn't let the propane run through the line, so. It doesn't light here in a second. We'll just go move on and I'll have someone come look at it to make sure it is working properly. Yeah, okay. Oh, oops. So, what I'm probably guessing is that when they hooked it up, they just didn't run the air through the pipes. But I'll have a technician come out and make sure it is working properly before you leave.
Okay.
But that's just how you do it. You'd hold this button down that's going to send gas to that pilot light.
Right.
I would recommend using a stick lighter so you're not having to get your hand burnt.
No, I'm not going to do that.
And then once it is lit and it stays lit, so right here, this little top one is going to be a thermometer. So once it is lit, continue to hold that button down for another good 10 seconds, just so that, but that's a safety mechanism, so if it doesn't register it's hot enough, it cuts the gas off so you're not just pumping gas through without any flame.
Right.
So once it is hot and you can release the button, then all you do is twist this to on, right there, and it'll stay lit, and then it'll heat your water that way.
Okay, so keep it on, hold down the red button until it stops, right?
No, just 10 more seconds after.
10 more seconds,
yeah,
okay,
just so this gets a chance to get hot enough that it registers that there is a flame there.
Gotcha, I gotcha.
And then once it is there, then you can release the button, turn it to on, and then it should be set. And then you can adjust the actual temp, how right here, you just twist this. From warm to hot. And that's just how hot you want your hot water.
Okay.
Okay. And then on the back side, there's some troubleshooting. If something like that were to happen, obviously. But it shouldn't do that.
What's this right here?
This is going to be your pressure relief valve. Because obviously it's hot water, you're going to have pressure. When you do go to drain it out to winterize it, there's the white cap right here is going to be the main drain. What you want to do is just give this like a, you let the pressure off that way before you open up that main drain, just so it doesn't all come bursting out at you once. Okay. And that's pretty much all there is to it. And like I said, I'll have someone come out and make sure that is actually working. And for the awning motor, as long as you hold the button for the awning, that motor is going to spin. So if you were to continue to hold that button, it would roll all the way out, and then it would start to roll back up backwards. So just once you see it come all the way out, the little flange will hang down, and you'll be able to see that gray bar right here. Once you can see that all the way across, that's basically as far as you want it to go.
Okay, don't keep on pushing it.
I mean, if you do it once or twice, it's not going to immediately break it, but it's one of those things where the more you do it, the higher likelihood something might get damaged.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. Any other questions about anything outside?
I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Anything? Okay.
Here we go. Get on inside.
Yeah, it does.
Sorry. Alright. So, on the back here, you're going to have your for your LED lights. It says exterior lights, which is going to be that LED strip right there. Got your awning extend and retract right there. Yeah. Behind here you can mount, there's a structure behind this so you can mount a TV. And then if you're running off the antenna, you just got to make sure that little green light is on, and that turns on and off by hitting this button. So as long as that's basically putting power to your antenna to turn it on.
Right, right.
Alright, and then you do have some storage right there. There's your table.
Okay.
We'll be behind that door. On this wall right here is going to be your furnace. Basically there's a little switch right here on the top, and all you're going to do is flip that over once, and once that's over, it's on. You can probably heard it kicked on right now. And then on the bottom, there's this little slider, and that's going to adjust how hot the temperature is going to get.
Okay.
Turn that off before
Yeah, we
it's
don't
too
do
hot.
that today.
Right. This little green light down here, this is going to be your carbon monoxide detector and your gas detector.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So that'll be that, and then right above my head is your smoke detector. This is going to be your antenna adjuster. So your antenna doesn't go up or down, but it does rotate. So,
Okay, so you're just
and
rotating it.
so if you're
Okay.
watching a channel that's coming in fuzzy or it's cutting in and out, that's when you come over here and just rotate it until it comes in clear. The only thing, since it doesn't go up and down, there's a little arrow on here, and they want it to be pointing to the back when you're traveling, just because that's the position it's going to be
I
traveling.
gotcha. All right.
Okay.
Remember that. Okay, in the back.
You got your bathroom here. There's just a little light right here. Just going to work off a little push button. You do have a vent, flood air at the top there. Make sure that is closed if it's raining, or if you're traveling, you don't want that open when you're traveling. Down here is going to be a toilet. Works off this little pedal in the front. Halfway down, it's going to add water.
So do we have water in the tanks now?
This one.
Okay.
Yeah, they added water in there just so they could check everything.
Okay.
Just to make sure everything's working. So, and then you could hear that noise come on, that humming, that's the water pump.
Okay.
So the water pump's only going to run when you use water. So you can, I'll show you the switch over there in a second. But
Okay.
basically you come in when you get to where you're camping, flip it on, and then you can leave it on until you're done camping. And before you leave, just cut it back on.
All right. Cool.
Right? Then you do your shower over there. Shower nozzle on the wall. It's hot and cold, just works like a regular house shower. It does come off.
Mm-hmm.
You'll do that, make sure you...
Okay.
And then you do your storage up here, down there, and down there.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be where your heat comes out of.
Right.
Below that's going to be your fuses and your breaker switches. So you got these are going to work just like in your house.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got all your fuses right here. So I think you got a 2, a couple 15s, a 30, a 40, and a 10. And like you said, they're just standard car fuses, so you can get a handful for a couple bucks.
Yeah.
Just get a couple of each, just in case. So if something does go bad, you're not sitting there without something for the whole time you're camping.
Right.
Okay. Up here, you got your cooktop.
Right. They lit on their own, right?
No, you have to light
You
it.
got a lot of them. Okay.
Just to make sure to turn the light.
Okay. Easy enough.
And you can
Not
adjust
like
it.
a drill.
Yep.
Yep.
More or
Okay.
less. Got your cooktop light there. Sorry, got my alarm a little close. Got your vent fan right there. That's going to be for that outside vent I showed you earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Up here, microwave. It's turntable just like in your house. Also, you got your sink here. More storage under your sink, and then I believe, yeah, you do have access to the drain down there as well if you ever need to for whatever reason.
Okay.
Down under there. Right under there. More storage in here. That plug is going to be for your air conditioner.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Back wall here, you're going to do a GFI reset right here. If you were to trip any of the sockets that have a sticker that says GFI on it, it's either going to be a little white sticker like that, or it's going to be a blue sticker across the middle. And that's basically all going to be connected to this one. So if it does trip, you just hit the reset button.
Okay.
And you should be good. Right here on this wall, you're going to have your water pump. That's that switch right there. Like I said, as long as you're camping and leave it on, once you're done, just turn it off. And then these are going to be your tank level indicators plus your battery indicator. Obviously empty to full, so if you push it in, battery is full, fresh water is almost full, your gray and your black are looking.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And then obviously you have your air conditioner above it. You have a remote for your air conditioner as well.
Oh, okay.
This is going to be remote for your awning.
It's so far from us. Sorry.
No, you're fine. This is going to be remote for your awning. Like I said, you can choose a bunch of different colors and different strobes if you really wanted
so
to.
it's mostly just for the color, the lights, right? The awning.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
that's technically your outside porch light as well.
Okay.
But if you wanted to change it, you can. I mean, right now it was set on white.
Okay.
So it'll be a white color, and then you can obviously set it to whatever.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then so if you ever were to hit that switch and you see the lights flash on and off real quick, but they don't stay on, it's because they're off on here, so you have to go outside and hit them.
Okay.
But if you leave them on, that white light switch should do it every time.
Okay.
Okay. The keys are pretty simple. Purple key is going to work your doors. Silver key is going to work your compartments.
Okay.
The only thing with this silver key is the 751 key. Everybody has this key.
Gotcha.
Almost every single manufacturer, unless you're, buying something with those big fancy like slam latches they make now, everybody has this key and it works almost every single one.
Okay.
So we recommend don't keep your wallet, your purse, your jewelry, or something like that out there. And if you ever really did wanted to get them changed, it's only a couple bucks to get a different lock with a different key. It basically would be the same exact kind of lock, so it just unscrews from the back, you pull it out,
Yeah.
and they're only a couple bucks to replace it if you really wanted to do that. And here is going to be your owner's manual for the entire unit, plus any of your appliances that are in here will be inside this blue bag for you if you want to go reading. This is going to be your refrigerator, and you do have a little freezer compartment up here. So it's getting cold now. So these take a lot longer to get from warm to cold. But once they do get to temperature, they stay just fine. So
what's the best way to do? Like if I'm driving down to Florida,
this can run off propane.
Okay.
So if you wanted to run it off propane while you're driving, you can definitely do that. Usually if you know you're going to take camping tomorrow, I would just recommend turning it on or plugging it in tonight. Let it run overnight, and in the morning you should be plenty fine.
Okay.
And so for this, it's a manual switch over from electric to propane. So this is going to be select which you're pulling from. So you got your electric, and then you can see the little green light letting you know you're on electric. If you want to go to propane, you would turn it to propane, and then you would go over here, hold this button in, and you should spark it. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time. Make sure that's turned all the way off.
How do you know that it's lit?
You see this little red line? If it's on the left side, it means it's on electric, and then once it goes over to the green side,
okay.
sometimes take a while to spark it to work. I did it earlier, so I know it's going to do it eventually, but I spent a good 5 minutes trying to get this thing light earlier.
Is that normal? It takes that long?
Sometimes, it depends. Oh, there we go. See? I think it was just the first time I was doing it. Like I said, I think through like your outside heater. They just didn't run the propane through the line, so there was air.
Yeah.
And then you can see, once it's on the green, I'd hold it for a couple more seconds just to make sure it's stayed lit. And once you release it, now you're cooling off of propane, and you can adjust your temperature, how cold or hot you really want, or excuse me, how cool you want it. Yeah.
Okay.
But as long as that little red line's on the green, you're running off your propane and you're running. So what I would do is when you do switch it, if it's on electric, turn it all the way to the far right, and then switch it back to propane. Make sure this is all the way. This is how you're going to set your temperature for electric. Okay. Make sure that's turn it all the way off, and then set this to either high or the on over there, and just spark it like I said. And it should, like that time it only took me a couple of seconds. Earlier I was in here for 5 minutes just.
Okay.
And I think it's just they didn't bleed the lines properly, or maybe just not at all. And so you just had to work the air out of it. And I'm pretty sure that's what's going on with the water heater outside too.
Okay.
Like I said, I'll still have some look at that and make sure it's all good for you.
Okay.
But
so then just to turn this off is to turn that on.
Turn that there, and then turn this back to electric. You see it switches over.
Yep.
And then just make sure you set your temperature again.
Okay.
Okay, now you're running back off electric.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
And then you can close this, and you can still see the little green light going, and then if you looked in there, you can still see if it's on the white or the red.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
All right. Put the front end here. So on either side, you're gonna have hanging storage and a little storage up top. You do have 110 plugins on either side of the bed as well. Storage above the bed. You have a reading light underneath as well. And if you were to come to the front here, you pick up the front end of the bed, you do have storage under the front of the bed. And then you
can get to the back of the side if you need
yep.
to.
If you really wanted to, you could get your stuff in there without having to go to drain it or something.
Yeah.
There you go.
There's another light here.
Yep.
There's plenty of light.
Yep.
Need to be, right?
And then you do